What's going on, everybody? Welcome to the Anthony Sain Show. This is your host, Anthony Sain, here live, for real live, man. That play live. We live.
Are we live?
We live, man. We doing this as you see it, man. We doing this. My guy, Perry Sharkey, along with Kenny Stubblefield, got the big three on y'all ass, man. For
Let's do it.
the final show of the year. Yeah, final show of
Final
2024 here at our various locations coming live to y'all. Gentlemen, how was y'all holiday just started off, man? How was everything with y'all?
Amazing, relaxing. Yeah, we're just relaxing. Finally, can sit down and just chill.
Yeah, I've had a great holiday as well, man. I told y'all before the show off the air, my only living aunt on my mom's side came down. Man, it was good, man. And,
God, that's awesome. Yeah,
it's crazy, man, because my when my mom passed away, my brother and his wife, they grabbed some of the ornaments from my mom's tree, right?
Yeah.
And my sister-in-law found an ornament that was like my first Christmas ornament, you know, like you do the baby's my first Christmas. So she found this 45-year-old ornament that was my first Christmas ornament that was engraved by my aunt that was there that day.
Wow.
She put "Love Aunt Georgia" on the back of it. So man, I was crying for 24 hours, man, for real. It was just a really good Christmas. Awesome. And on top of that, all my siblings from everywhere were here for the first time in 5 years since the year before the pandemic. 2019 is the last time we were all together. So yeah, we had that. It's been a great holiday, man, for sure. Yeah, what about you, Ken?
Mine's been good. I said this on a couple of other places. We have it down to a science, man. Like I'm good with being around people a lot, but it's more so like I need times where I could just get away. And so we got before Christmas, it was my wife's side of the family. We had like 2 to 3 days of just the four of us, which is just awesome. And then now today on the 27th, my side of the family's coming into town, and it's going to be bananas for the next week. And so,
yeah, man,
it's cool. Yeah. It's cool. Like I love Christmas stuff. We're in a weird position, I think, a little bit where we're trying to kind of figure out new traditions, right? Like what are some of our mom's side of the family, especially a lot of her siblings have passed away, and it's just kind of like trying to figure out what we're gonna do, right, as a family. So it's good stuff, though. I love it.
Yeah, man, that's same with me. That's same with me and the wife, because like we're 3 years married, so we're just trying to find new traditions. Because normally my family used to get together, but last couple of years since I've been in adult age, we really have got together that much. So yeah, I'm figuring the time will come soon, though.
Shout out Jonathan C. Smith, baby,
my boy, man, one of the ghosts, man, in the comments.
It's good.
My guy. True hustler out here. True hustler. Also, my holiday was good, man. I made a major announcement, man, on Christmas morning. Memphis Magic Volleyball Institute. I made the announcement. I am one of the co-founders of that organization. Me and the team have been working hard. It's an idea that I kind of been sitting on for a minute, man, just kind of keeping it to myself. A lot of just kind of fear more than anything, because I didn't play volleyball, of course. I didn't coach volleyball. Just a volleyball parent who saw a need with my daughter, man, and just wanted to turn that into an idea. Me and Kenny, of course, go back to when I worked with an organization called Repairing the Breach Outreach Ministry, and Kenny worked for Memphis Athletics Ministry. Of course, Memphis MAM was an organization that was basically based around boys basketball, and that was reaching young men mostly through sports. Young boys mostly through sports, and then of course had the mentoring, all those type of developments with it. And I want to do something kind of similar, but mine is going to be more for the young ladies of the city of Memphis and based around girls volleyball more so than anything. But like I said, man, it's going to be a great network of competitive volleyball teams all under the Memphis Magic Volleyball Institute brand. They'll have different neighborhood locations. I'm just putting my vision out here for those of y'all who want to know what we're doing. It's going to be different neighborhoods represented under that umbrella. Plus, we're going to have other volleyball clubs within the city that we'll invite out that'll be part of our tournaments we'll be having. It's going to be a great vision, man. We got an adult tournament coming up very soon. I'm going to give y'all more information about that. That's coming up in January, as a matter of fact. I'm going to give y'all the exact date. Things moving fast, man. But the amount of support, people in my DMs, people commenting, people who want to volunteer to coach, media people who want to help out, people who had hidden talents. My good friend Ina Esco said, "Hey, I played volleyball. I definitely want to help out with this."
Let's go.
It's crazy, bro. Like different people that have reached out to me about doing this, guys and girls who've reached out to me about this, man. And me and the team are excited. man, it's gonna be awesome. It's gonna be awesome, man. I'm telling you. Once we get this thing going, and if you guys are watching the show, however you're watching it, you're connected to my page in some way or another. Just DM me if you're interested in being a part of what we're doing. Either as you're a child being a participant, or you want to volunteer, or some type of fundraising skill you may have. I'm still trying to put our board together as well. So man, it's going down. But I'm extremely excited, man. I'm almost getting a little overwhelmed emotionally thinking about it, man. Like this is something I really think is going to be my legacy for the city. This is all things I've done, all things I've had my hand on. This is something I really feel like can be my personal legacy to Memphis. So
I'll say this. I said this on Twitter, and I'll say this again on your show. There are people in this world that are really good at like seeing issues and having ideas around those issues. There's a lot of people like that. There's not very many people who are good at that and then also getting their hands dirty and making it happen. And that is one thing, man. I want to give you your flowers and kudos to you, man. Thank you. Phenomenal. Like it's been cool to kind of be behind the scenes with you, kind of as you've been fleshing this vision out for it. But to see the work that you've done to not only have that vision, see the issue, have that vision, but also to implement it and get it off the ground is incredible. So kudos to you, man. Like incredible stuff. And I'll say this, as a full-fledged volleyball dad, it is one of the coolest sports in the world. And so I'll say this, I know it's it's a sport that's for right now, young ladies. It's blowing up everywhere. It is just a monster sport. Get some guys in there too, man. Let a lot of boys in, man.
I wish it was men's volleyball.
I'm not against that at all because when Sabrina played, it was co-ed up until I think maybe 7th grade, maybe 8th grade, something like that. So I don't mind having co-ed teams at all. But yeah, man, it's about to be off the chain. But like I said, the focus of it is definitely gonna be on the girls, but the boys are not gonna be X'd out at all. But I'm excited about it, man. I think it's gonna be great.
I just love it. I love it. I'll just say this, as both of us who have grown up in this, like who have worked in these kind of opportunities like this, where you're trying to
y'all keep talking. I got to grab some.
Provide opportunities for for kids that are in the inner city of Memphis. It's funny, Parrish, how Anthony was talking about one of the places that I used to work at, and it's hilarious that like it was focused towards like the sports aspect of it was for the boys, right? Like basketball. They did have some girls leagues as well, but the main thrust of it was
dealt with not playing sports.
But here's the funny part. If you think about like opportunity, like they would provide, and I'm not downing this at all, but one of the things that they would do for the girls in this organization was provide them opportunities to be homemakers and how to cook and how to do all this kind of stuff, which is great.
This is fine,
but man, some girls want to play volleyball, man.
Right.
Like some girls want to hoop. Some girls want to.
Because my thing is, basketball court has that. Well, I don't know if I ain't been to in a while, but they got the volleyball like inserts where you could make a volleyball. So it makes sense to be able to do volleyball as well. But
what's that? What is that beautiful thing on your shoulder?
This is most times when you have a type of sport, man, the winners get trophies. We're not doing that, man. Our winners they get the flex, the championship belt, man. For Memphis Magic Volleyball Institute.
I love it.
You can see the place on that joint, man.
Yeah,
the silver joint with the black. Yeah. It's for the haters, man. It's for the haters, man. Imagine what these young ladies, young boys and girls, gonna feel like. You know what I'm saying? Toting this on their shoulder when they get to when they win a tournament.
Woo!
But yeah, man, I'm excited about it, like I said. And just I know people didn't come in and to hear me talk about this. But I do thank the people who are supporting me with this. But like if you go to local volleyball games, you know that the inner city schools there's a deficit there. Like those teams just aren't where they're supposed to be. And as a volleyball parent, when you go to club games, the teams are typically all white girls and maybe 1 or 2 black girls. And we're trying to do something different. You know what I mean? We're trying to get those inner city girls more of an opportunity to play. The resources are not really available for them. And if you're a club parent like me and Kenny have been, the club teams are expensive as hell. So we're providing the club experience for girls I want to do it for free. It depends on people like you though who are watching the show. Depending on how many donations y'all make it to what we're doing. How inexpensive this experience can be for the girls, because we want them to have the best coaches, man. We want them to have top level coaches, trainers, nutritionists, all these type of people involved. We want the dopest uniforms, all these things for these girls. So it's just something, and I believe the city is going to support what we're trying to do. So I'm not worried about the financial aspect of it at all. But that is not why you guys decided to tune in today. I'm sure you guys want to talk about our Memphis Grizzlies, man, who just had a big win last night.
Hey,
Hill, what's going on? What's going on?
I can't tell from the comments. I think they
I know everybody's showing love, man. They're showing love. Thank you, Ms. Hill. I think we already are friends on Facebook, or I just added you. She says, congratulations, looking forward to get my daughter into volleyball this year. See, that kind of stuff there. Cheer me up, Kenny. You know, it don't take much, man. It don't take much.
Volleyball is a fantastic sport, man. It is so much fun. Maybe one day your daughter will get to tote this like a champion. Let's go.
But yeah, your Memphis Grizzlies, man. Big win last night, 155 to whatever in the hell. Not Oklahoma City Thunder. We coming for y'all in a couple of days too. But now 155 to whatever the hell that them schmoes had.
It's crazy. Toronto scored like 122 points, and that's like
beat by 30.
And they got beat by 30. What did we watch last night? Like, that was crazy, man.
Yeah, man. Yeah, man. Crazy stuff, man. Like, and we'll talk about this as the show goes on. This Grizzlies offense is kind of scary, man, because if you're like some little schmo team like Toronto and you ain't ready to play us, you're going to get 30, 40, 50 pieces by this offense because they can put up a lot of points really fast. We saw that last night. The Grizzlies offense was clicking. Zach Edey was just losing his mind out there last night. I want to say he had 21 points, 15 rebounds. I'm like, all right, yeah. I'm like, bro, this is the type of game Zach Edey is having. I joked about this earlier too, man. It's like when the season first started, we saw glimpses of what Zach could be, right? And then there were games where it was like, Zach really looks out of place, kind of fumbling the ball, not getting rebounds, dropping passes, not looking sound or confident in the post, all those type of things. Then he gets an ankle injury and he comes back and he's freaking Tim Duncan. You know what I mean? Like we're literally like, bro, what are you looking at, bro? Yeah. And it's still a lot to be determined with him. He's still definitely a work in progress. We have not seen him really do this against the bigger, beefier, true bigs who all want a piece of him. Because I'm sure all these guys he did kill Jonas Valanciunas.
We saw the Clippers game, Zubac.
Right. I'm sure all the Zubaks of the world, the Valanciunas of the world are tired of being compared to being them but better. Like everybody say that Edey is like he's like Zubac but better. He's like, all right, let's see what this kid is. So Zubac definitely did feast on Edey the other night, but I think he needed that, man. I think he needed that type of game, even though he did provide a lot of toughness in that game.
Yeah, I will say this. He had 13 rebounds. He struggled shooting, but he had 13 rebounds. So it wasn't like he just was unplayable, but he did make an impact in the game. I think his shot was just off. In my opinion.
If you Brevin talked about this on the post game or during the show or during the broadcast and on Night Court yesterday, there's just a little bit there's like one or two footwork issues with Zach that once he gets cleaned up, he'll be literally unstoppable in the paint, right?
Yeah.
And it's literally comes down to 1 foot of distance from the goal. He is 1 foot too far out from the goal for that hook shot. He needs to be down one step in a little bit more, and he will be dominant. And that's a footwork thing. What's funny is Parrish and Anthony, y'all played ball before. Y'all know this. Like when you haven't played for a while or played consistently or you're involved in a new situation, sometimes you come out there and you're out there and your mind is working faster than your body is, right? Like your legs aren't underneath you. Your legs aren't, you're not moving with like real purpose and real, conviction on moves. Like, but then one day it just kind of, you get out there and you're like, it clicks, right? Like when your body is back up underneath you again. And even in that Clippers game, even though he played against Zubac, which is Zubac or whatever his name is, he looked different. And then especially yesterday against the Raptors, he looked more comfortable. It looked like to me, and I was texting some people during the game slowed down to him. The game has started to slow down for him, and
as he's playing faster, which is crazy.
As he's playing faster, as he's moving quicker, as he's making better plays, as he's enforcing more down in the paint. Like the game is slowing down as he's playing faster, and that's just due to his just playing, just getting out there and hooping.
And
one of the main
to add
things,
on,
go ahead.
I about to say to add on to that, you remember how y'all kept asking where is Zach Edey? We don't never see him talk to the media. We got to talk to him twice this week. Finally, got to see him in the locker room, right?
Yeah.
And now we get to ask him questions.
He did the post game with Rob Fish and everything.
Yeah. I was like, I don't know
what
what happened, but now we see him.
Yeah, they've been watching the show, man. Shout out to EJ. I'm gonna get like EJ. Clearly, the Grizzlies have been watching the show, man. That's what I called him out for why Zach Edey ain't been saying that. But yeah, clearly they've been watching, man.
One, he does his interview standing up. Most players are sitting down in their lockers, and him standing up versus everybody else is different. So I actually got to hold my camera up.
Oh man, that's sick.
I would love to see Parrish just like he's having to hold his arm up like this while he's on the camera.
Yeah,
and you know he's doing it. That's y'all. Like I'm gonna just look like a giant to y'all 4 foot.
Yep. But yeah, he seemed cool, bro. Like he actually gives. He gives answers. Like he's not like I thought he wasn't media trained or something, but he answers like a regular player. But I know last night we asked him questions about like him getting more comfortable with Ja and him knowing where to be at on the floor, what Ja wants him at, or him and Ja just communicating where, hey, I'm better right here if you give me the ball right here, or hey, I want you right here on this play. Like he was just talking about like how that connection, and we asked Brandon Clark about it as well. On like we see the connection between them two getting better and better by a game-to-game basis. So.
What's funny about it, Parrish, is you're at the games most of the time, so you probably don't get to hear it. But in the broadcast, there is a running conversation constantly between John Morant and Zach Edey. They are constant. You can hear the microphones picking it up. Even during the middle of plays, like you can hear Ja yelling at Zach, hey, watch the pass. Hey, watch this. Hey, watch that. And almost every possession, he's going to him and saying, boom, 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 get here, get here, get here.
Good stuff. Like
I saw it last night. Yep.
There was one play where Ja went to the basket and Zach's man trapped Ja. I mean, he collapsed on Ja, and Ja just did a quick little pass to him, easy bucket. And Ja was like, "Man, we can do that all day long. Like if you go to the front of the rim, I got you. You know what I mean?" And that's for real. And shout out to Taylor Jenkins or whoever is instructing, whoever's made these changes, because they've definitely made changes to the offense where Zach Edey is actually looking like Zach Edey. At first, they're just doing some weird stuff with him, but they're running a lot of on-ball screens using him now, and he looks incredible in his offense. Like whatever changes they made, they're definitely working. I saw him cut from the sideline a couple times and get easy baskets that way as well. Yeah, I'm excited about how Zach Edey's looking, and like we talked about, like it's typical that a guy has to adjust, right? You would think that a guy like Zach Edey, we've seen guys like Zach Edey who never adjust, like who never transition over to the NBA as far as your traditional back to the basket big, going to the league or whatever. And he's definitely done at an accelerated pace. And one of the big things about him, one of the big criticisms was his foot speed, being able to get down, up and down the court. We've seen none of that. He looks like any normal big man looks in the NBA or better. Like he looks very good getting up and down the court.
Can I ask y'all this? This might sound suspect, and I don't mean for it to, but have y'all ever seen anybody's body change as much as Zach has during the season? Like even in his arms, like even in his upper body, he looks more developed already, polished, like more muscular. Yeah, you usually don't see that during a season. You usually see it in the off season. He comes back and like, oh, holy hell! Like what the
and to that point, part of the reason I think we never really saw him after the games was because a lot of players go do post game workouts, and I think Zach Edey was always like the last person. He always did post game workout, so we would be probably getting ready to leave or leave, and he'd just be coming in, getting ready to go to the shower. So I think that's probably a lot of the reason he did a lot of post game work. And this week they had it back to back, so they had to get to the airport last night, so it wasn't no post game workout.
Well, he didn't have a good matchup yesterday as far as another big, to go up against or anything that had any type of injury to the other. He was going against some Canadian dudes, but he did have one against the Clippers.
DJ Mike T, wow, man, he played so much Kendrick last night. He played not like this.
Oh wow,
while they was announcing the Raptors started 5, he played the instrumental not like this. He played like crazy. Kendrick like throughout the game.
Crazy,
so messed up.
Shout out Canada. But what I was saying, but he's got some interesting matchups coming up soon. You got the Ease Messi kid with New Orleans, who's people call him Rookie of the Year. I want to see Zach destroy him because as I said yesterday on Twitter, I think the more that the season goes on, the more the season settles in. Zach Edey is going to be Rookie of the Year. I think he's going to spread that gap. I think he's going to get to the top and spread that gap soon. I think he's going to have a good game against this East Messi kid. And then you got the big one coming up Tuesday, man. Oklahoma City Thunder, Isaiah Hartenstein, and also what's my boy?
Hartenstein ain't back. What's called out? Chet out this week.
Oh, Chet is out.
Oh yeah, he's out.
Yeah, he out until after All-Star break. Yeah, broken foot.
I knew that. They're gonna work. They're gonna work hard. They're gonna work hard this time. It's a wrap. It's a wrap. But anyway, I'm looking forward to those next two matchups with Edey. I'm super excited, man, because he's looking like the guy I was hyping him up to be this year. He got to look like a little baby Jokic mixed with Tim Duncan last night. Just being honest with y'all, but yeah, I'm excited to see it from the big man.
Hey, something else on the break up when we was talking about the Grizzlies offense in general and scoring on the points. The game against the Clippers, they struggled shooting and they still had 110 points. Just like put that in perspective how their offense has been. It's like they shot like 30-some% in the game, 38% to be exact, and they still scored 110. Like,
man, these older teams who kind of got us, like the Lakers, Clippers, teams like that who just kind of old man gamed us a little bit. I don't think those things are going to be a factor when it comes down to not just the playoffs, but when we see those teams again. I think this team is still trying to get, on pace or whatever.
Because I'm be honest with you, that Clippers game, the only person missing to me was Vince Williams and Marcus Smart. If you simply had one of them two, that's the extra defender you had for James Harden and Norman Powell that could have helped.
Yeah. Oh, and speaking of that, man, shout out to Jalen Wells, man. Last night, crazy good game. Like little things he was doing defensively, like pulling the chair out of big men when they were trying to back him down, getting steals and just hard-nosed defending. And just there was a stretch in the third quarter. I was like, bro, there ain't a lot of young players that could do what that kid just did. It was like 5 minutes left in the third quarter. The Grizzlies were up by, I want to say, 10. He hits a shot that puts him up 13. A couple minutes later, he hits a shot, puts him up 17. Next possession, hits a shot, puts him up 20. Like he ends the game. Like those 9 points in that 2-minute stretch put the game away, for the Grizzlies. And most guys, you give them those shots, it can be those back-breaking shots, they miss it. Those young players, because they understand, this is a big shot. This can go from 10 to 13. This can go from 17 to 20. Like he nailed all three of them. And I just think that was really good of him to knock those shots out. He's a really good player, man. And I'll talk about him in regards to something I'm going to talk about after the break. But before we go to the break, Tuesday's game against the Thunder. I've not been this amped about a regular season game.
It's Sunday.
It's Tuesday, right?
It's Sunday. It's the 29th.
You're right. It's Sunday. That game is Sunday.
Sunday night.
So they play New Orleans tonight, and then stop playing, bro. Stop playing. Hey, Oklahoma City, we got something for y'all. It's on the road though. If we beat them folks on the road and look good beating them, it's a wrap, bro. It is a wrap, bro. Don't tell me nothing about who better than us in the NBA at all.
Grizz Twitter is going to be insufferable if they beat OKC.
We better not beat them folks, bro.
Oh, that's wild.
Shout out to put this comment up by my guy Breadwinners Grand Prix.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
He says the fact we still haven't got GG and Vince should be scared for the rest of the week. Hell yeah, bro. We gonna talk about that after the break too, because y'all say some crazy shit out here on Twitter, bro. We gonna talk about some of the stuff y'all are saying and the logic y'all are using.
Let's get through some of these real quick. Wisdom asked any information on J Huff return. I think on the broadcast they said that Taylor Jenkins said he had it's such a weird phrase. He had a play day. A play day yesterday.
His mom there.
They scheduled it through
So Taylor Jenkins swag dressing wise has gotten better. We now need his lingo.
We need his lingo. He called it a play. He called it a play day. He had a play day yesterday. And they should have him back soon, is what the broadcast said, is what Rob Fisher said. So Antonio Braxton says, proud of Zach, just need to get some lip on that hook shot and watch out for Ja when he has the ball. 100%.
That's gonna happen in time. Like the more reps those two guys get together, they're gonna start being unstoppable in a minute.
Yeah, we do. We haven't talked about this, bro.
We're gonna get about that. We got that in a second after the break too. We're gonna talk about that after the break. My boy Santi. But yeah, man, Oklahoma City, we got something for y'all ass coming Sunday. We're gonna remind y'all still little bro out here, man, for real. Y'all been what am I trying to? It's some movie I'm thinking about, man, where somebody had to take some time off, and while they was gone, somebody else rose up. I don't know. Maybe I'm thinking Rocky. I don't know what I'm thinking about. Creed or something. I don't know what I'm on. But it's some movie where the big dog had to step down for a minute, but not a big dog back, man.
All I gotta say is it would be perfect poetry if they won that game on Sunday and then did the OG version of the post.
Yeah, show them how it's done. On their court.
On their court.
Interrupt Bible study in Oklahoma City, bro. You know what I'm saying? You know they had Bible study after the game, bro.
I love it, man.
Interrupt Bible study on their ass Sunday. On Sunday night. That's what I'm talking. In the Bible Belt. Go up there and beat their ass on the Lord's day, man. That's what we need to do, man. That's what we need to go do on folks.
Hey, we need Jack LaRavia to have a good game. We need Jack LaRavia to have a good game. They can't.
Jesus Christ, you know, the folks said Jack LaRavia is top 10 in the league in 3-point percentage.
He probably is. He's like 40.
Bro, that is crazy, bro.
Dude, Jack LaRavia. We're gonna talk about him in the second.
That man is the sorriest good player I've ever seen.
No, that dude is a good player.
It's time
to move on. It's time to move on from the sorry good player.
Yeah,
he's good.
Sorry.
He is good.
That's still debatable because that man's decision making is bad as hell, bro.
He's been good. He's been good.
No clue what he's about to do on the court.
He's been good since that slow, that whole Memphis lingo slow.
Oh, that hurt.
Since that moment.
That made up to him off. I'll be honest with you. I have more head scratching moments game to game from Desmond Bain than I do Jake LaRavia at this point.
No, Scottie Pippen Jr.
Oh,
Scottie Pippen.
Okay. Yes, yeah. Scotty.
Yeah, Scotty, you're gonna be sitting by me. You're gonna be sitting by me.
Scotty's gonna be sitting next to
you. My guy, you my man. Yeah, you're gonna be sitting by Parrish at the home game. You my man. But nah, the rotation you would not be a part of come playoff time, in my opinion, Scottie Pippen Jr. But let's take a break, man. When we come back, we're gonna talk more about this rotation stuff we're talking about now. We're gonna talk about the injury situation. Got some guys coming back. Got some guys who just went out. Got some mysterious injuries going on as well, man, with the Memphis Grizzlies. We'll talk about that as well as some trade rumors that are out there. We'll talk about that. Mysterious. Very diabolical. We'll talk about that more when we come back with more of the Edey the Sain Show. See you guys in a minute.
I tweeted a picture of it. Kenny retweeted it. I can't handle many more of those games. So these Garmin watches do like a body battery, which is basically like your energy level and stuff throughout the day, and it's out of 100. So anytime you do anything stressful, if it's a workout, if it's watching a Memphis game, it's, it takes away from your body battery. And I'll just tell you, on like any given day, if I work out, I do a 45-minute workout. There's TJ's. He's at 5. Wow, he's may not make it through the episode. I am drained. Any given day, I do like a circuit workout, kettlebell, some bench, whatever. Typically, it's a -6 or 7 for a 45-minute workout. So watching the Memphis game, literally zero physical activity, just watching the game was a -12. It was double what one of my 45-minute workouts would be. That lets you know the heart rate was pretty steady at a decent spot for the entirety of that ball game.
Tune in to Tigers Untapped with your hosts, Trey Lasley and TJ Willis, every Tuesday at 3 p.m. on the Bluff City Media YouTube channel.
Did you see Klay Thompson at the end of the game? No. Walking around the court?
No.
You didn't see it?
Thank God, no.
I'm so happy you did. Like, they're trying to do the interview, and he walks all the way to half court, to the middle of with the mask thing, just walks around it. Does like the big exhilaration thing. Just goes to the free throw. But for this, they waiting.
They're waiting to interview him.
Yeah, you know how the same way as with Laura trying to help you get the interview. He does like this is the free throw line. Air. And then goes and does the interview.
He is such a tool.
Oh man, I wish you would have seen it. I wish you would have. It would have been. You would have loved it. I can't wait till you look it up later. Do you tell me?
Can't stand Klay Thompson.
Tune in to the Night Court Podcast with your hosts, Rob Fisher and Brevin Knight, on the Bluff City Media YouTube channel.
All right, y'all. Welcome back to the Edey the Sain Show. We're back here, man, live, feeling good, having a good time, going live on all 3 streaming platforms, YouTube, Facebook, and Twitter. Shout out to all the people in the comments. If y'all are watching this, give it a share. Whatever platform you're watching on, share this joint, repost this joint, retweet this joint, whatever. I'm gonna say this real quick too, man. Blue Sky, y'all have cheap as shit, man. Y'all ain't gonna make it, bro. Like it's just little things they could be doing that could like, okay, like why don't you have unlimited care? Why don't you have the premium stuff that people are paying for on Twitter? Why don't you have that stuff like standard? Like that would really help y'all. Like the unlimited characters. Yeah, come on, man. Like it's little stuff. Like I should be able to edit my tweets on there, edit my posts on there. It's like Blue Sky. If you're really trying to compete with Twitter, all the stuff that they're paying for on Twitter, that stuff should be free standard. Like anyway, bro. Anyway, they got potential, but then if y'all left Twitter because of Elon Musk, why y'all still talking about Elon Musk on Blue Sky? Like, like it's crazy, bro. Like why am I over here? All y'all can do is talk about Elon. Y'all gonna talk about evil Elon on here. Like, man, so why y'all? Well, y'all need counseling. You don't need another app. You need counseling. Oh, but anyway, bro. We were talking. We hit it at the rotations a little bit. We hit it on a little bit. One of the things that y'all are saying out there that's really about to piss me off is with Vince Wiliams Jr. and GG Jackson both set to return within the next possibly within the next 3 weeks. But before January or early January. I'm sorry, before February, early January. But both of those guys now set to be back. One of the things that people are saying is maybe we should just let those guys not play and develop and just roll with what we got. To which I say, shut y'all dumb ass up is my only response I have to the Joe Mullenaxes of the world, the whoever. And I'll say this, man. And I actually like going here, honestly, because it's always a fun conversation. The conversation needs to be had. People have to understand that racial bias exists in sports. And to me, they're okay. Like, I don't mind those biases because I do the same shit. Like I say this all the time. If there's a black guy playing a sport that we normally don't dominate, I'm pulling for the black dude. If there's a one of the reasons why I'm a huge Coach Prime fan, because he's a black man doing things that black men typically don't do in college football. And he's doing it in a way that's never been seen before. The fact that he's black is a big reason why I do that. Same thing with guys like Tiger Woods or whatever we're talking about, right? White people. And I'll tag in my friend Kenny Stubblefield to help me with this. It's perfectly okay that you guys root for guys like the Luke Kennards of the world, the Jake LaRavias of the world. Got a lot of them for y'all to choose from this year. The Cam Spencers of the world, the John Conchars, the Jay Huffs, all these guys. I get it, bro. Pull for those dudes. They're guys that your kids can look up to and say, maybe I could be Jay Huff one day, or I could be Jake LaRavia.
Still got to be tall.
Like I could be Cam Spencer, right? I could be a madman wearing corner store T-shirts at an NBA basketball game. Like you can look at those guys and say, hey, I can be that guy, right? Or you might see yourself in them, like that guy looks like a good old guy, like that guy looks like me. Like I can relate to a Jay Huff or whatever. I get it, right? So I'm not mad at that type of stuff. But don't do that type of stuff. First of all, pretend that's not what you're doing. And second of all, act like that's more important than like the reality of shit. When people say things like Vince Wiliams and GG Jackson, I'm not sure they're going to be rotation players. It's because they fear the guys like Luke Kennard and Jake LaRavia will be the guys that get booted out, because they will be the guys that get booted out on the rotation. Like I get it. I understand people trying to protect whatever those guys are. Vince Wiliams and GG Jackson are two very talented players, and once they get going with this team, I don't think it's going to be an immediate. They push them in and they push guys out. But once those guys start when those games and you get up on the Torontos of the world by 15, 20 points, and you start getting extended minutes out of Vince Wiliams and GG Jackson, you'll start seeing the other guys' minutes are going to decrease because they're very good players. And another thing you guys are saying that pisses me off so bad to the point where I want to jump through my phone and choke the shit out of some of y'all for the stuff y'all say is that those guys haven't played in a meaningful game, right? Which is a fact. But neither had Jake LaRavia before this season. And Jake's fine. He's done great this year. He hadn't played in any meaningful games before this year, right? And bro, why are we talking about meaningful games? As if I didn't see trash ass Zaire Williams
Mhm.
playoff games, bro. Like, I saw
Yep.
David Roddy, bro, get major effing minutes for the Grizzlies in the playoffs a couple years ago. Like, bro, get out of my face with these dudes won't be ready for the playoffs. Like, y'all, the stuff that y'all say is some of the weirdest, wildest shit I've ever seen. Those two dudes are two very good players. I don't give a damn what Jake LaRavia is doing. I definitely don't give a damn what Luke Kennard is. Because Luke Kennard will not be on this team in a month. I guarantee you Luke Kennard will not be on this team February the 7th. That's not happening. And John Conchar probably won't either. And we'll talk about that too.
Can I give a counterpoint?
Go ahead, man.
Or maybe a
Are you speaking on behalf of white people, Ken Stone?
I don't know, because I've not had conversations with white people about this. Like with my fellow Brad. Like, I haven't had that conversation. But could it be? Let me ask you this. You're mentioning it as a way of saying, like, hey, it's okay to root for the person that shares
don't let it cloud your logic, bro.
That shares the same skin color. Could it be that you look at where the Grizzlies are right now, and with their record, with their standing, with the way their offense looks, with the way that people are playing, and going, listen, we know exactly what we're going to get from a guy like a Jake LaRavia. All the good, the bad, the warts, the ugly, that kind of stuff. You add a Vince and a GG back into the equation, and you go, we don't know because we haven't seen them because they've been injured. And there's a level of like, could there potentially be, hey, this team is really good as it is right now. Should we just let those guys get full all the way healthy, get acclimated into the game before you mess up the rotations? Could that be potentially what the conversation is centered around?
It could be, but it's dumb logic.
I agree. I agree.
It could be if Ja Morant and Desmond Bane start off the season with injuries that had them where they're just now starting to play. Are we gonna say, what if we just don't play Ja? What if we just keep rolling with Scottie Pippen Jr.? Like, it's stupid logic, bro. The better players are about to come into the game.
Right.
You want those guys on the court. And the same offensive system that has made Drake LaRavia, who has not looked this good ever in his career, that's about to make him look this good, that makes Scottie Pippen Jr. look this good, that makes Jalen Wells, who's a rookie, look this good, that's made everybody in this on this team look this good. Imagine how that's going to look with a 6'8", 6'9" GG Jackson and Vince Williams running those same plays. And I think it's ridiculous that people act like those guys won't be able to fit in. Like, this offense is the most user-friendly offense we've ever had. But go ahead, bro.
I think the problem around the conversation that we see all over Twitter and all that is not necessarily that you're bringing GG and Vince back. It's not doubting them. It's more so along the line.
Oh, no, I'm not going to give you that one, because I've seen people like the Joe Mullings of the world trying to throw out bullshit stats and create this narrative like GG Jackson was just some ISO chucker last year who was just doing what he wanted to do in bad games and just giving him the ball and he was just doing whatever. Like, but that's not what
Jake LaRavia was too.
Jack LaRavia was doing way more than GG Jackson was last year, bro. And he's doing the same shit now. When Jake gets in the game, he's dribbling the ball, trying to do all this type of stuff. Last year, GG Jackson was mainly playing in the corner. He was playing off of
when everybody played.
Because you're right about that, because we used to have those. We used to have text messages.
What the fuck is Jake LaRavia doing?
We want him to do more of that, right?
We was like, go ahead and do you. It don't matter, bro.
We have a group chat where we used to go back and forth about GG being in the corner. And then there was one game I remember where he hit like 6 threes from the corner, and all of us were like, get rid of the corner, that kind of stuff, making fun of anyway. But I think that that's the part of it to me is the conversation around it seems to be that GG and Vince are almost like a savior type of player for this team, and that's not what they are. Like, them coming back,
good players, bro.
They're just two really good players. This team doesn't need GG and Vince to be saviors for them, or to take. They just need to be really good rotational players, and they're better. They're going to be better than Jake and then Luke and Jitty and all those guys. They will be better rotational players, but you got your guys who are the linchpins of your team. You don't. I don't think GG and Vince are expected to come back and be that.
But they're gonna raise your floor as far as your rotation players. When you add two guys like that, your floor is being raised. Go to Wayno's comment.
Yeah, I want. Yeah.
He says, I don't disagree with Sain, but sometimes at the end of the bench, you need guys coming in during the playoffs who know what the hell they are doing. They know the system. They know the pecking order. Bro, we're talking about
how would they not know?
We're talking about 32. Right, we're talking about 32 games into the season. By the time those guys get back, you're probably going to be halfway into the season. You're going to have a whole nother half of the season to do everything. These guys aren't that far ahead of Vince and GG, bro. And they're not better players than them, man. What are we talking about, bro? The better players are on your bench, haven't played a game. And when those guys get going, it's going to make your team better. It's still a very long season, bro.
And we saw Vince close games when Ja Morant first came back last year, tight, closely contested games. Bro. He was on the court with Ja, Bane, Jaren.
He's not gonna be that much of an adjustment, bro.
He plays a role.
We played freaking David Roddy, man. We played freaking Zaire Williams started in the playoffs.
Zaire Williams started in the playoffs. That's all you need to say. That's all.
To the point where y'all was hyped. Oh man, Zaire's gonna have a breakout year next year. Hell no, he's trash. What are y'all talking about? Man, this offense got Jack LaRavia looking like freaking Luka Doncic, and y'all worried about GG Jackson? Man, what are we talking about, bro?
I'm glad I don't see these tweets.
Bro, I be saying some of the wild people be saying and that stuff Joe Mullen actually talking about, bro, that's just so wrong, bro. What you're trying to frame GG Jackson to be is just totally incorrect, bro. Stop it. They had games where they told GG to shoot away. It ain't like he was just out there. It ain't like he was out there being Dylan Brooks, bro. He was still playing within the flow of the system.
And who else would you rather have shoot the ball? DK? You want DK shooting the ball out there play? It was a G League team, man. He's gonna shoot the ball.
Stop it.
See, bro. This is what happens when a player gets hurt, he's out for a while, and another player steps up. Because if Jack LaRavia wasn't playing good, you wouldn't hear that. You would be like, man, I can't wait to GG get back. But since he's playing well now, that's all that happened. That's all it is. Ain't nothing.
On the same team where Jake LaRavia was looking good at the end of the season, Vince and GG Jackson were on that same team playing empty calorie basketball, right? But those two guys look better than Jake did, even though Jake looked good last year. You know what I mean? Vince and GG are going to be fine when they come back.
All right. So Wayno said
they wouldn't throw them out there, but they'll be fine. Go ahead.
Wayno came back in and he said, obviously, we can't disagree with the talent level of Vince and GG. We can't disagree with that. It's more so in regards of the trade taking place. And I know we wanted to talk trade rumors in a second,
yeah.
but
talk about it now. What up?
But that is, does Vince and GG's imminent return, change the way the Grizzlies should be looking at the trade market?
No, because right now, today, minus Vince and GG being out there, our options to close tight games have been Marcus Smart, who's a space cadet, and Jake LaRavia closing games as the fifth starter. I don't want either one of those dudes closing games. I want somebody who I'm very comfortable with them starting and closing games.
You still don't feel comfortable? You don't feel comfortable with Jalen Wells closing games yet?
They don't feel comfortable with him, so why should I feel comfortable with them? They haven't even done it. They haven't closed a game with Jalen Wells in a close game. The Clippers
did. The Clippers did.
Game. Yeah, that was the first time this season that they actually closed a game with him in a close game. Mm-hmm. If they don't feel comfortable with him, why should I feel comfortable with him? And I'm a Jalen Wells guy. And we'll talk about the dude they need to go get, man. While y'all playing is Dorian Finney-Smith. And I think that there's so much smoke to this. I think that trade is there. I think it's right there. And one of the reasons why is that when you start hearing stuff about Brooklyn being interested in John Conchar, Brooklyn ain't interested in John Conchar, bro. That's just telephone game of that's the player, that's the other dude in the deal. You know what I mean? I think that's all that is. And that now it makes me ask the question, okay, so why would Brooklyn want him over an expiring deal? Only thing I can think of is that he's a very small contract for the next 3 years. And I think he's the kind of guy that kind of helps you make that floor as far as your cap goes or whatever. And he's just a cheap dude to have on a deal. Because I think they're thinking, okay, if we get a Jake LaRavia and a Luke Kennard, those are expiring deals, but we got to sign somebody next year. And if we try to sign somebody in free agency, it may be more than $6 million. I don't know why they would want him over Jake though. Because
I know Mark Stein came out and said, watch out for the Grizzlies with the Dorian Finney-Smith situation. Has there been any rumors about the package that would be involved to get?
It would have to be Luke Kennard. It would have to be Luke Kennard. And just money-wise, it would have to be him.
They wouldn't. I mean, you think Brooklyn would take 3 players back?
No, it'd be 2. It would be
It'd
Luke
be 2?
and it'll be Luke Kennard and Jitty, and they would.
Oh, gotcha.
Kennard would be a free agent this summer, so that money would disappear, but Jitty would be there. Oh, that may be what the Grizzlies are. You know what?
What?
It might not even be that deep. It might just be simple as, okay, we want a first round pick. All right, you want a first, you're taking John Conchar. It might be that, bro.
So a first round pick, John Conchar, Luke Kennard for Dorian Finney-Smith.
I would do that shit.
Yeah.
As we record, I would do that, mug.
I've always said the first round picks stuff is not, because you're gonna be picking late in the first round, and the Grizzlies pick up talent.
Your roster already loaded as hell.
Yeah,
bro.
you got Jay Huff and Scottie Pippen, G League. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like they ain't sweating no. And they drafted well late first round. Well, yeah, they have. I ain't going. Santi, Desmond Bain.
Yeah.
Not even.
But I'm saying you're so loaded.
Yeah.
Look at how loaded you only got 15 dudes on your roster, bro. And you only got 2 guys that could possibly be 3 that could possibly be free agents. They're going to try to bring Santi back. They're probably going to bring Jake back. You're going to have your first round pick next year, you assume, depending on what this Dorian Finney-Smith is.
And Finney-Smith has a player option as well.
Yeah.
What's his so his base salary?
So if it don't work out, you can let him go.
What? How many years is he under contract? Under contract for?
He can opt out and be.
He can opt out this year.
Restricted free agent this year, if I'm not mistaken. Right, Paris? Yeah. Once he can opt out and be a restricted free agent. That's the thing too. If you get Dorian Finney-Smith, that's a move where you're solidifying your team to possibly win a championship this year. If he comes here, he's probably not going to opt out. He's probably going to take those years and wait till the next year when he's undrafted, unrestricted free agent. But even if he opts out and he says, "Hey, I don't want to be here no more," and you lose that money, you lose that player, all it does, if nothing else, he's gone, and he just buys more time for the GGs, the Vinces, whoever to emerge to be the Jalen Wells or whatever to emerge to be whoever that dude's gonna be. You know what I mean? Like if he's here, if it's him, cool. If not, you got dudes anyway. You know what I mean? Yeah. So I think it's perfect, man. I think it's perfect.
Wayno asked, do you guys think we're aiming too low in regards to the names being thrown around in trades?
Not at all. I think Dorian Finney-Smith would be the perfect player here. He can start. He can come off the bench. He can close games for you. You can put him on the biggest, best wing on the other team. He's a perfect fit at the 3. And he's knocking down shots at a good level. He can rebound. He can defend. He's just a hard-nosed dude who seems like he could fit in the Memphis, what Memphis likes to do.
And the cost to get him is relatively low, man.
Especially if you get him and don't give up a first-round pick and you get rid of Conchar. And come on, bro.
And Luke's expiring.
Yeah.
My question is, like, aiming too low in regards to the names. What other names are out there that are available to be traded?
If you put Jimmy Butler in them comments, man, you block for life.
I don't.
Jimmy, my favorite player, but I don't know where you get him.
No, man, I'm not trading with Jimmy Butler.
Yeah,
too much money would have to go out. He's a freaking idiot. Like, I'm good, bro. Like, I'm good. I'm not doing nothing for 36-year-old Jimmy Butler. Jimmy
Butler got. I know we love to make fun of the Miami Heat culture talk, right? The Heat culture talk, but his reputation got saved by the Miami Heat because because I mean, coming out of Minnesota,
he went to Miami for money. He did not go to Miami to win, bro.
Right.
Yeah.
And it turned out good.
I ain't gonna lie. So
the finals.
Just to go on him, Jimmy Butler, my favorite player. I didn't think he can be like a number 1 option on the championship contender team. And he proved me wrong even doing that in Miami. But now at this point, at his age, no, he's not that.
Man,
more than 36. But he even proved me wrong doing that going to Miami.
They went to the finals twice with him, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, with LeBron, and then they got man, that fluke ass Eastern Conference ass run, bro. Anyway, bro, like, I'm good. I'm super.
All right, let's do this. If they do somehow add DFS to the roster, what's the playoff rotation look like? Because that Black Ninja G said obviously help with matchups in the West, but we're talking playoffs here. This is a playoff talk, right? Like, what are the playoffs? What do the rotations look like?
I think he's saying sharing. He's saying sharing in case Vince, GG, and Jalen Wells ain't ready.
And Santi.
Yep, Santi's
we needed to.
He can play the 4.
Does Santi's injury change anything? Because
he's coming back.
I ain't talking about injury.
He's coming back.
He's
coming back at some point. He ain't got no.
They were saying doubtful last night, and people said he didn't walk on his own weight. I saw him on TV walking on his own weight.
He might miss some time, but he ain't gonna miss the whole season due to that. Yeah, he coming back at some point.
I'm talking about is Santi ready for the playoffs? Because Santi be rolling, he be doing good. But in them big games, Santi do not be looking like the same dude, bro. Like that's evident, fam. Santi does not look like Santi in them big games.
He's gonna get the first crack at it, but it's cause he gonna think about playoff rotation. The beginning,
I don't know.
Game one, the game one of the series versus game 4 is gonna be a different rotation. So,
I don't know. As much as y'all using like 2 years ago Jake LaRavia to dictate who Jake LaRavia is right now. He's a much better guy, much better player. Santi's different.
I'm talking about 2 games ago, Santi.
Santi's different this year, man.
He's different for sure. But I gotta see it, bro. I'm not going.
He's gonna be in the rotation game 1.
Sharpie is being a dude who's gonna be good. Oh, he'll be a rotation
game 1. Then we'll see
right,
how
let me ask you
playoffs adjust based on game by game.
Let me throw this out there because somebody asked me this, like what I meant by what I said when I said I'm not worried. I'm not sure that Santi's gonna be a big time contributor in the playoffs. He has to be. He's gonna be a rotation player. He's gonna have to be a big time player. He's gonna be a rotation player. What I'm saying is, and I'll throw this out there to y'all. If you had $1,000 on the line, would you bet that Santi's numbers get worse or better in the playoffs?
That get worse just in general because
just for the sake of the way the game is played in the playoffs.
Yeah, because your starters who only playing 29 minutes, 28 minutes per game gonna play 36, 37, 38 minutes a game. I mean, his minutes gonna be he played behind Jaren. Yeah. So in general, it's gonna be less because he's not gonna play as much as he's playing now.
Do y'all have any concern
this
about Santi?
This is playoff, right? Santi got to show and prove it if you want that big boy money. In the playoffs, is that what Wayno is a notorious cannot stand Santi Aldama. So
to me,
I'm not
it's
that
based
guy,
on matchup.
I'm not that guy. I love Santi's game. I do have concerns about him in the playoffs.
It's based on matchup. I think if you play against Lakers, Clippers physical style team, yes, he's struggling in it. But if you play against like Denver, I think
you put him against Dallas, he will smoke.
Dallas. You know what I'm saying? It's matchup dependent, which playoff rotations change based on who you're going against.
100%.
Like against Lakers, okay, we ain't gonna play Santi as much. We're gonna play Zach Edey extended minutes. This is when Brandon Clark is back. Who missed that last series against the Lakers. That's when it's just based on matchup.
Based on what Wayno said, do y'all have any concern of Santi not being back next year if the Grizzlies want him? Like, that's another thing, too. He's restricted. Keith Parrish, you my guy, bro. I respect you, man. But the Grizzlies ain't going to spend money and stuff. Man, get the fuck out of here, bro. Like, them folks they about to pay Jaren. If they want Santi back, they about to pay Jaren and Santi, bro. And if they want Jake back, they'll pay him, too. They'll pay him whatever they have to, whatever they can. They can't pay him as much. But if they want all them dudes back, they're going to bring all them dudes back. But especially if they make a nice run in the playoffs, they're gonna bring all them dudes back. But I'm not worried about none of that. But we were talking about
how do we beat Dallas if it came down to it. All right, let's say
I'm not worried about Dallas, especially if we get Dorian Finney-Smith. But I definitely ain't worried about them.
Yeah,
I ain't worried about them the way we are. I just saw that we better than them dudes, bro, and they were full of strength.
I get nervous. I get nervous about these a first round matchup against the Lakers more than I do the Dallas. Like the Grizzlies struggle against those old, like veteran playoff heavy, like they just struggle against. They struggle with an Anthony Davis. They struggle with a LeBron. Rui Hachimura goes crazy. Like they struggle with those.
I would say this: that Clippers game, although they lost, I was more encouraged by their end of game execution offensively, where I finally saw that they wanted to do something, and it was like keep playing fast. And they got a couple of buckets down the stretch. Normally, instead of just like, all right, we just get the ball, jog.
Yeah, we could have won that game.
They actually did some things that made me like, okay. And that's the thing with them in those games. It's just a down the stretch. They need more close games for one thing. It's cool. These blowouts have been fun, but you need more of those Clippers games to really 100%. Get tested. Because
so these blowouts got y'all thinking that Luke Kennard hooping because he started taking shots when we up 30.
Black Ninja J said Lakers take our game personal.
They
really personal. You can tell Anthony Davis wants to smoke Jaren every time he gets a chance on LeBron and Ja. Just have that little beef, man. So,
but like I told Sain last time, I think Zach Edey, I ain't gonna say like he clearly like negates everything with that, but he makes a difference. And the playoff series, we were missing Steven Adams.
Yeah, you made a good point, man. What Zach Edey is by the time of the playoffs really just determines a lot with us. And
I've seen Anthony Davis struggle against him.
Yeah. If Edey can just really be settled in as our starter, and he's just been like throwing pounds around and really just been good, I ain't worried about nobody in the playoffs, to be honest with you. Because if Edey's really good, we're gonna be dangerous and shit.
Yeah.
But man, we're gonna slide about this joint, man. It's been a good one. I enjoyed going live with y'all today, man. I don't go back to work until another week or so maybe we can do this again next week. We'll see what's up with that. But for Kenny Stubblefield, for Perry Sharkey, it's your boy Anthony Sain. Appreciate y'all. See y'all next year, man, and we out.
Thank you for listening to the Anthony Sain Show. If you enjoyed this episode, leave a rating and a review wherever you download your podcasts. Also, like and subscribe to Bluff City Media's YouTube page. For comprehensive coverage of Memphis sports, head over to www.bluffcitymedia.co and find out how you can become an insider. We will see you back here next week.